What's up, guys? Dodgers Randy here for your game recap of tonight's 4-0 loss in the Dodgers' first shutout of the season. Really quickly though, let me give you guys some updates since a little bit's happened since last night. A lot with our pitchers, which right now is definitely the news we need, at least positive news. JT Chargois ended up getting called up today because as soon as I ended up recording last night's video, I turned on the TV and Roberts actually said Ryu will go on the injured list. It sounds like the thing for Roberts was Ryu won't be able to pitch for at least 4 more days. The bullpen has been taxed, and so they wanted to get someone in who could help with the bullpen, and Ryu will just have to miss a start or two. Ryu says he feels a lot better, says he felt better than yesterday, so it sounds like it's nothing compared to what last year's was. He even said last night it's not anything like the pain he felt last year when he was out for 3 months. So hopefully that's some good news there, that we'll have him back. Kershaw made his second start in Tulsa tonight and should be back with the team, like I said, for Sunday or Monday's game. I'm thinking now Sunday with Ryu getting hurt. They did say Saturday's game right now is still to be decided, that they're most likely going to have to call someone up to pitch that game. So maybe May, maybe Gonsolin. I'm hoping they don't bring Stewart back up, or maybe they just don't use Santana and they throw him. That seems a little bit unlikely since he is in the bullpen right now and they'd have to call someone up quickly to replace him. But just kind of all things to keep in mind on. So they did say, though, Ryu will pick up a ball in a few days and then we'll need a bullpen session, but there's no timetable on his return. Hill threw a bullpen today. We'll likely need another bullpen session and a sim game before returning. He threw 41 pitches, said he felt awesome, but they don't know yet what's going to happen. I think if he's going to have a rehab start or not. We haven't heard anything. I would assume so, but maybe not. I don't know. We shall see, and once I know, you guys will know. Urias now is expected to get his 4th start with Ryu going to the IL. His last start was supposed to be this upcoming Friday against the Brewers and then head to the bullpen. With Ryu getting hurt, they did say he will make another start, so I like it because I like Urias. He's very good. He is on an innings limit, and it's kind of rough to be pushing this many innings on him this early in the season. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, let's go ahead and jump into today's game. It was not a good one. The only positive I can really take out of this game is Cody Bellinger still doing his thing, and the bullpen didn't give up a run. Stripling had a really rough day on the mound today. He gave up all 4 runs. He just didn't look good. He still had 7 strikeouts, but he was struggling. When he got the guys to 0-2, he was giving up hits. I don't remember if it finished this way, but at one point, 9 out of 10 of his hits had all come off fastballs. They weren't hitting anything else off of him, but he kept getting the count to 3-2 and then had to throw a fastball. Even when he was 0-2, though, he gave up quite a few hits on 0-2, and that's easily the most frustrating thing when it comes to a pitcher. But you know, the rest of the bullpen did really well. Ferguson came in. He did well. He gave up a single, but then went 1-2-3. And then Chargois came in. He looked good for 2/3 of an inning. Garcia came in. Did pretty good, actually. He had a fly out and then a strikeout. He did hit someone, and then the next guy did reach on base. It was on an error. It was a tough play to make, but it was like a swinging bunt, and Barnes, his throw was just too far out that Muncy pulled his foot from the bag, and then he finished off the inning with a strikeout. So all in all, the bullpen looks actually a lot better coming out. Even Garcia, everyone did their job today and they didn't give up a run. Of course, we look at it and go, well, if Stripling didn't give up 4, maybe we come back. However, when the offense has 8 walks, 7 hits in a game, and they don't score a run, a lot of that has to fall on them. Actually, it all has to fall on them. You can't win a game with 0 runs on the board. So yes, credit Stripling with the loss. It is his fault as well. But for me, the offense has to take more of this blame more than anything. I see a lot of you in my comments. Well, I see one person more, though, more so than anything, not wanting Jock in the lineup. And after tonight's game and looking a little bit more into it, I'm finally going to agree with you that it is time to sit Jock. I don't think they can trade him right now. Just because you want to see how Verdugo plays out. I'm hoping they will give him more everyday starts because he hasn't had a hit since the 3rd game of the season. In his 4th game of the season, which was actually the 4th game of the season. He had 3 at-bats and no hits. So there's a lot of people out there questioning if Roberts pulling him from the lineup cooled him off. But the thing is, he went 0 for 3 after a game where he, I think, had 3 hits and like 4 runs or something like that. So I don't think it's on them pulling him from the lineup. Jock is known for being a streaky hitter. If I remember correctly, he's never gone more than like a 7-game span of just tearing the cover off the ball. He unfortunately does this, and then he goes on a streak for a good 7 to 10 games, and then he'll come back and he'll do really well for 4, 5, 6, and then the same thing. So I'm starting to think this is just who he is as a player, and it's really unfortunate. It reminds me a lot of Grandal. You would have a hot week or 2 from Grandal, and then he would just suck it up for a month. So I think the Cardinals have a righty pitching tomorrow and as well as Thursday. I'm really hoping Roberts just gives Verdugo the start. He's obviously he didn't do anything today, didn't do anything yesterday in his pinch hit either, but if he's out there every day, I think right now he can give us better at bats than Jock is, because Jock just looks lost out there. He is still picking up walks, but 2 of his outs tonight, he had first pitch swinging, and that's when he got out. And it's kind of like he got the walk when he didn't swing at the first pitch. So I don't know if he's pressing. I don't know what's going on with him, but hopefully he sits tomorrow and we see Verdugo out there. And hopefully this isn't Jock this year, but I have a feeling that this is just who he's going to be, because that's how he's been his entire career. On another note, though, the offense did strike out 11 times tonight. I don't know if that's the most this season, but it really felt like it. It was bad all around. Nobody really had a good game except for Bellinger. Muncy did all right. He did get an infield base hit. It really should have been an out, though, and he did walk, but he also struck out twice. Pollock looking really rough out there. No, wait, sorry. Pollock was the one that reached when it should have been an error, and they credit him with a single. My bad, not Muncy. Muncy did have a really weird infield base hit, though, but Pollock was the one who got credited with a hit, and he's just struggling out there right now. 2 strikeouts, a ground out, and a double play. Not sure what's going on. However, he is right now, I don't know if I mentioned this in last night's video, but I'm assuming new people every night, different people. So Pollock is 4th in MLB in hardest hits, and that stuff turns, not hits, hardest hit balls. I shouldn't say he's getting hits off of them. But the fact he's hitting the ball that hard is a very good sign. Eventually he's going to catch a break and he's going to hit it up the middle, in between, whatever it may be. Coming into this game, he hit .327 with runners in scoring position. That was our biggest issue last year, so I'm not going to stress on him. He's our center fielder. We don't really have another option to replace him, and he's a good player, so I'm not going to really just kind of sit him because he's been struggling these last few games. He's out there defensively making plays. If some of you saw it, I think it was yesterday, he made the diving catch. And he puts up good at bats. He didn't do well tonight, but it happens. Every player, every team is going to go through stuff like this. But Bellinger, like I said, did really good. He singled, doubled, had a walk. He did hit into a double play. Wasn't his fault. Shortstop made a diving play. Line drive, diving play, caught the ball, threw it back to second inning, and that was over. But, I mean, other than that, he's still not striking out, still finding a way to get on base, still hitting the ball hard, looking good. Turner, pretty good game for him. He singled, walked twice, had 1 strikeout, but kind of everyone struck out today except for, which is kind of surprising to me, Taylor didn't strike out. Taylor and Bellinger were the only ones not to strike out today. Kike struck out once, had a ground rule double, which should have been an out. Unfortunately, Kike, I think when he struck out, the bases were loaded, so that was a bummer. They did nothing with that. There were a couple innings, quite a few innings, that they had the runner get on base to start the game, and to start the inning, and they could do nothing with it. There was one point they had 1st and 3rd, 1 out, couldn't do anything with it. Bases loaded twice, couldn't do anything with it. Granted, one of those times Stripling was at the plate, so that makes sense. But Taylor walked twice today, so I'll give him that. He is at least seeing the ball better. It'll be interesting to see, though, if Jock sits, if they give the time to Taylor or to Verdugo. Taylor played today because Seager sat out. He did pinch it, did nothing. He struck out. But that was really it. Barnes, not a great game for him either. Ground out, got walked intentionally, struck out and fly out. So, unfortunately, it just wasn't a good game. Now, because I see my comments and I know how much some of you stress out, and I get it, I stress out too. I was not happy during this game at all. But at the end of the day, this is going to happen. We're not going to win every game. We're going to lose series. We can still tie the series. We may not even lose it. If we take the next 2 games, though, to give you an idea, we won 5 out of 7 on the road, and that's a big deal. That's a very good series. So they need to come out and win tomorrow and Thursday. I don't want to lose a series 3-1. 2-1's a little different. 3-1's not good in my mind. A lot worse. And they head home to play the Brewers on Friday. And the Brewers are playing pretty hot right now too. So I'd like to see them turn it around. Hopefully Maeda can get it going for them tomorrow. But like I said, every team's going to slump. Yesterday was unfortunate with Ryu getting hurt. If he doesn't get hurt, we possibly win that game because the bullpen doesn't play out the way it does. And the bullpen also ends up, the thing is yesterday's game translated into it being rough today. When Ross Stripling comes up with the bases loaded and they're down 3-0, if the bullpen isn't taxed and they're all rested like regularly, that might be a time they pinch hit someone like Seager and put him in with bases loaded, and maybe the Dodgers are now down 3-2 and it becomes a whole different game. So yesterday's game with Ryu getting hurt really made things rough yesterday and today. So I'm not going to stress out too much on it. Bellinger's still hitting well. Guys are going to have bad games. Pitchers are going to have bad games. But as long as they can find a way to get out of it, that's all that matters. Tomorrow will be a good idea of that. So we'll see then. Because other than that, I have nothing else for you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys.